Congratulations, Vols fans. You almost made it to game day. All the hype from the first 3 weeks of the season, all the talk leading up to this SEC opener, Tennessee at Oklahoma, top 15 showdown in Norman. And these are the three keys to a Tennessee victory on Saturday night. Hey, it's Lucas Panzica from A to Z Sports and 104.5 The Zone. Number one, get off to a good start and take the crowd out of the game early. There's been so much talk off the field about this game as Josh Heupel goes home to the place where he won a national title as the starting quarterback, to the place where he started his coaching career and was thought by many to be the head coach in waiting to follow Bob Stoops before he was fired as the offensive coordinator in 2014. There's going to be a warm reception for a guy who is a program legend pregame, but make no mistake, fans will turn rabid in Norman very quickly early on if Tennessee gives them a reason to. Vols got to get off to a good start, take the air out of the crowd early, and it's been something that's been a talking point in the Heupel era. Really the only game that Tennessee has walked into a hostile environment and gotten a win under Josh Heupel was that 2022 LSU game, 11 a.m. kickoff, tons of Vols fans in the building. And what did Tennessee do that day? They got off to a great start in what ultimately ended up being a rout in Baton Rouge. It's Nico Iamaleava's first real exposure to a hostile road environment, so got to get off to a good start. Take away as much of that early momentum as you can from what will be a very hungry crowd. Number two, the biggest strength for Tennessee in this game in terms of matchups is that front seven on defense against an Oklahoma offensive line that has struggled this year. They've dealt with inconsistencies, injuries, moving parts and pieces, not a lot of continuity with that starting five. Tennessee has got to maximize that advantage, stop the run early, something Oklahoma has not done very well so far this year. In fact, their quarterback, Jackson Arnold, is this team's leading rusher at 159 yards. That's not a good sign for an Oklahoma offense that wants to be balanced. If Tennessee can stop the run, force those third and longs, and then really pin their ears back and go right at an offensive line that has struggled, try to scramble the mind of a young quarterback in Jackson Arnold, that should really play into Tennessee's advantage. So far, it's a defense that's done really well to stop the run, allowing under 56 rush yards per game through the first 3 weeks. That has got to continue to allow Tennessee to truly flex what I believe is the biggest strength of this roster on defense, the front seven. Look for James Pierce Jr. potentially to have a breakout game in this one. Number three, for Tennessee to beat Oklahoma on Saturday, run the football. Look, it sounds basic, but when people think of Josh Heupel's offense, they're quick to think to the passing game, the aerial attack, but this offense is completely based on how Tennessee runs the football. So far, it's the number one rushing offense in the SEC after being the number one rushing offense in the SEC in 2023. Tennessee is running for 336 yards per game. Dylan Sampson is already halfway towards the program record for single-season rushing touchdowns. He's got 9 TDs already on the year, but it can't just be Sampson. It's got to be running back by committee on Saturday. And what does that mean for Nico Iamaleava running the football as he faces truly a contender for the first time this year in Oklahoma? Brent Venables is a smart defensive mind. He's going to know how to attack a young quarterback, how to try and confuse Nico. The one thing Tennessee must do is force Oklahoma to defend with more than 6 in the box in the run. Pull away those bodies, defending the perimeter, defending the deep parts of the field, and then allow Nico Iamaleava and Josh Heupel to let the run game set up the passing attack to pick apart this Oklahoma defense. Nico Iamaleava's factor in the run game will be very interesting. The more Oklahoma commits bodies to stop the run, the more Tennessee can get the running back as a lead blocker and allow Nico to use his legs to hurt you. We haven't seen a lot of it this year. Just over 100 rush yards, the 2 rushing touchdowns for Nico Iamaleava, including a 31-yard designed quarterback keeper against NC State that went for a score. Wonder if we see more of that in this game. But either way, Tennessee must be able to run the football, stay ahead of the chains, allow Oklahoma to commit those bodies, and then hit them over the top with that passing attack. The calm, cool, and collected Nico Iamaleava leading his team into a hostile environment. If Tennessee does those 3 things, they should be walking away winners and at 4-0 after beating Oklahoma Saturday in Norman.